And this is just a mixtape.
Can
Yeah, football is growing here on the Central Coast, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see, especially when you go down to tournaments or you go down to gala days or you're just out on a Saturday and you have different teams around you. But you also have to take notice and really pay attention to what's going on. As a foreigner of the Central Coast, as someone coming in, I was not going to come in into the football culture and just try to integrate what I felt like was right. I had to gauge the environment. I had to really understand the people of the Central Coast in order for me to feel like could get a footing, because I want to connect with the community. I want to be invested, and I want people in this community of the Central Coast to understand that I have stake in the game, right? In order for them to trust me, they have to understand who I am as a coach, but most importantly, who I am as a person, my morals and my values, before they entrust me with their children. And this is something that I feel like is very peculiar when parents are not doing their homework on who is coaching their children, also in the academies that they are putting their children in. We have to understand that some of these academies operate like cults. Myckx'n, that is outrageous. No, they don't. Yes, they do. It's very cultish like. It's very tribalistic, right? It's a very us versus them approach. It's a very inclusive, exclusive, and it's inequality type of approach where that they are above and they are superior. They have a superiority complex, right? When you have these ex-professionals sometimes, because there are some amazing ex-professionals who come back and they start in the grassroots level and they really focus on development. They are not about winning. These trophies, these ribbons, these tournaments, all this stuff is a byproduct of development. When you are pouring into a child and you are nurturing them in the proper way, and you are building up their talent and you're nourishing it, of course the winning is going to come. That's a byproduct of that. But that should not be the sole intention, right? You have some of these academies, some of these coaches who solely are fixated on winning. Why? Because they have pride in their egos. And you have to be able to call them out, and you cannot show fear, right? So when we go and we verse these certain teams that are really good, I give respect where respect is due. I don't mind losing, especially when my team has given effort and we just couldn't cross the finish line to get what we wanted to do, but they is still giving everything, right? So also, this loyalty that some of these parents are able to give out of fear of rejection, out of fear of being blacklisted, out of fear of being labeled this difficult parent. There's nothing difficult about you diving deep into who's coaching your team, what the academy is doing in the community, how is this academy connected to grassroots, because grassroots is where the game, it will flourish, right? When you have a club, a beautiful club like the Central Coast Mariners, who are going through something unfortunate right now, but when you get this new ownership, and this different ownership can really pour into the community and really pour into the grassroots, that's where you're going to find the future for the Mariners. And that's when the Mariners, this little club on the Central Coast, is going to start producing quality that's homegrown, and they are going to be able to pick the best of the litter each generation after generation after generation. But it has to start at the grassroots level. It has to start at the beginning. Not this top down, trickle down, just get the scrum and the crumbs. No, you have to build the foundation. A strong foundation can weather any storm. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. A strong foundation can weather any storm, any adversity, anything that comes against the club, the community. When the foundation is solid, it will not go anywhere, right? So the community has to change its perspective of how it looks at the game and what is it going to allow, right? I'm not a people pleaser, but I am going to coach and I'm going to love on these children because I've spent 20 plus of my years in the last 15 of my adult years of really protecting children. When you work in foster care and you work against trafficking and you work against children joining gangs and you work against children who are coming from abusive and whether that's physical abuse, whether that's mental abuse, social, when you work with children of this capacity, right, you grow, it has a toll on you. And when I marry that with the faith of Jesus Christ and I pour that into my ministry, this is what I love to do, right? So I'm not going to sit idle and be complicit when I see the abuse of children, whether in sport or the outside of sport. Coach Myckx is not going to do it. So when I see it and people are, well, they're winning, it doesn't make it okay. It makes you complicit. Let me look you right in the camera. It makes you complicit. Winning is not everything, right? Winning is not everything, especially when it's done in the improper way, because it will always come back on you. You might be this big fish in this small pond, but go into the ocean and you'll get swallowed up. So we have to do a better job of really getting out here and being vocal and being invested and being a community who wants to see the growth of this beautiful sport flourish. Wins.